We all heard that saying, you want your kids to have better than you. Well, why not give your kids knowledge and wisdom better than you may have had? This weekend, I was with my daughter, and one of her friends, she's 21, she just turned 21. Her friend is 22, I think approaching 23. She was saying how when she went to get an apartment, they want her to have 3 times the rent. And I told her, I said, well, yeah, I was like, yeah, that's pretty standard. And she said, but, I got a good job. And she's like, and I don't make 3 times the rent. And I told her, I said, well, yeah, I get it, because technically this young lady does have a good job. On paper, this would be a good job. For her age, for time, everything, this would be considered a good job. But with that needing to have 3 times the rent, that excludes Walmart workers, grocery store workers, people who have odd-end jobs, people who work as waiters, waitresses, people who run small businesses like, maybe hair and barbershop. It excludes so many people. So what I was trying to explain to her and my daughter, which I've explained to my son and my nephews as well, is that you guys need to try to get a place together, a house together. And this doesn't mean move with your irresponsible friends that are not going to take care of the bills or whatever. This means all you guys who are responsible, who are working or who are in school, get a place together. And that place may be $1,000 or a little bit more, $2,000, a house preferably. They got rooms, and you guys pay that, but you guys work to get on your feet. You don't move out of that house until one of you are stable enough to go out on your own. But it will help you because you'll have one rent or mortgage. I prefer to do the rent because you guys are young. Don't get locked into a mortgage because it's going to have to go into one person's name or 2 people's name. But either way, rent. And then you'll have your lights, your gas, water, gas, wherever you live, it could work that way. But get a place on your own, get a place together. You guys have a little community agreement, that this is going to be taken care of, this is going to be taken care of. We split this way. You'll be able to save money. You'll be able to get you a vehicle, and eventually you'll be able to move out on your own. But while things are constantly being inflated and people are asking for 3 times the rent, a person with a decent job may not even have 3 times the rent. There are police officers who probably couldn't give you 3 times the rent, have that up front. So got to figure out how to work within the system, and that would be giving our kids better than what we had. Instead of sending them off into a world knowing that they're going to accumulate a mass amount of debt, they're going to accumulate things that could cause them to have a harder time when they get our age. I'm not going to say my age, but our age. So give them better than what we had. Give them better knowledge and wisdom so they can have a better future of understanding. Peace. Fight for your life.
I cannot stand how the news has been dogging Gen Z and calling them lazy for not wanting to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of their lives. Let me put it in perspective for everybody who's a little confused here, okay? I work 5 days out of the week, 40 hours a week, okay? I do not make enough to live on my own. I would not make enough to pay rent, water, electric, and eat. All by myself. I would not be capable of doing that. 20 years ago when you were getting started, you could live on your own. 20 years ago when you first started, you were able to do everything that I am now struggling to do. Let me add another perspective here. You've been working for 20 years. You have 20 years of working experience behind your belt. You have 20 years of experience in a career that has allowed you to gain raises, to get more money, to profit you in an economy that you created. You can sit here and you can call Gen Z lazy all you want, but I've been working my tail end off just to barely make it by. And respectfully, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I don't want to work my tail end off, wasting all of my life working just to barely be able to pay my bills. And that is what you created, not Gen Z. We're just here getting started. You've been doing it for the last 20 years. You tell me how it got ruined. We can sit here and we can call Gen Z lazy all you want, but you let the economy turn into what it did. You let it all run to hell. And now it's Gen Z's fault because we don't want to work to fix your mistakes.